Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you to a new episode of Victoria 2. Those of you who missed the last episode, missed the end of a war that we were trapped in for years because Britain. And we now find ourselves at a bit of a crossroads. Austria took our sphere from us as a result of the last war. We're still bigger and more powerful than Austria, but the difference is mostly prestige at this point. They've actually got more industry than we do. And they've got more of an army than we do. So we need to begin rectifying both of those things in this episode. And that means significantly expanding the army we've got. But before we begin, I wanted to talk a little bit, and I'm not running the clock right now. I wanted to talk a little bit about the 7 Years' War. Because you basically saw an almost exact replay of that, albeit for different reasons. So, in 1748, Frederick the Great really wanted Saxony, which at that time belonged to Austria. Now, not long before, Prussia had won the War of the Austrian Succession and claimed Silesia, which is this bit right here. Do they call it Schlesien? They do. So there's Silesia right down in here. It's a really wealthy region, makes a lot of sense. Saxony is too. They wanted Saxony. We got it, of course. Leipzig, for example, is in Saxony, as is Dresden. We got it for other reasons in our playthrough, but in any event, that's what Prussia really wanted in 1748. Now, they decided, or not 1740, what am I talking about? 1748 is when the War of Austrian Succession ended. 1756 is when the 7 Years' War began, because it ran till 1763. So in 1756, Frederick the Great's like, I really want Saxony. Give me all the Saxony. And Austria's like, no, that's our land, you can't have it. But right before this happened, a switch of alliance happened, because historically, Britain was tied to Austria and Prussia was tied to France. Well, a new king was elected in the United Kingdom, then just Great Britain, because the United Kingdom wasn't founded until the 19th century. And the King of Great Britain happened to be named George I, and he was a Hanoverian monarch. Here's Hanover. This is where George I is from. And he's like, well, I kind of dig the fact that I've always liked Austria, but Prussia happens to border Hanover, and I want to make sure they don't get envious about invading my electoral seat in the Holy Roman Empire. Even though the Holy Roman Empire basically ceased to be a real thing in the 18th century, nonetheless, it was an actual consideration. And so he wakes up one morning, and he says, I'm going to be buddies with Prussia. And at this point, Austria goes, oh shit, I know what I'll do. I'll get France to join the war, and in exchange, if we win any upcoming war, I'll give them some Austrian land. In this case, the Austrian Netherlands, which we now know today as Belgium. So this was the plan. The two partners switched sides in the diplomatic revolution. However, Britain was never that keen on the alliance and didn't contribute a whole lot because they really wanted to fight in the colonies over here and fight France and other places. And so, as a result, I'm going to get rid of my stupid battle plan. I'm tired of seeing that little thing by Austria. It just reminds me how much we screwed up. And so, during the 7 Years' War, Germany, at that point, just Prussia, fought Austria, France, and Russia, and basically won. Thanks in large part to a fortuitous event where the old Empress of Russia, Elizabeth I, died. Peter III became the new emperor, and Peter III was basically, Frederick the Great is the most wonderfully human being of all time. I want to be like Frederick. Please, Frederick, let me be like Prussia, and I'll leave the war. And he pulled the troops out of the war, which meant Germany was only facing Austria and France, which at that point wasn't as tough a task. The British were busy fighting them overseas, and they won the 7 Years' War, although Germany didn't actually get Saxony. So in that sense, did they really win it? Maybe not. What happened to us instead is we had a Britain that didn't help at all, And the other three powers just basically ganged up on us, and we still almost won. I will have you recall we lost basically 2 battles that entire war. But they kept eating into our territory. Now, we're still tied to Britain, unfortunately, because we haven't unlocked Great Wars yet, for whatever reason. I think it's an invention tied to one of the tax. It might also be 1900 that they become activated in. I think it might be the New Nations mod that changes the activation date. It will activate, though. We'll get a pop-up for it and everything. And then we try to build our own coalition. I really don't want Britain to be my friend anymore. Britain dragged me into war I wanted no part of, and I'm the one who paid for it. I mean, let's look at this again. Britain still has 288. They have an army that's twice my size, 3 times my size. Granted, most of that's going to be in India. That's just the way the AI plays. Russia's army is almost as big as the British army. Even Austria's got a bigger army than we do. This is after us inflicting a whole bunch of casualties on them. So I think we really need to go into a major war expansion, a military expansion. In case there is another war at some point, we need to be prepared. Where is my... There we go. And so now I'll officially start the clock now that I'm done talking about the 7 Years' War. And I probably got some things wrong, and I hope you'll forgive me if I did. Got any other wars? Nope, the world is quiet for now. Right. So, step 1, we're going to start spreading out our armies a bit. Let's see, this is what? Artillery only? Then let's send you over to the border. This is going to be a peace episode because I can't afford another war unless it's against like a subdivision or something. Let's go ahead and put you here in Breslau. I'm trying to keep my army somewhat central because I've got a lot of borders to cover. Let's actually try to move more people closer to France and Austria. Alright, let's build a new army. A better army. I'm not going to really do much with the existing armies. It's just about adding more people. Kokandi is afraid of Russia, as well they should be. You'll also notice this entire time, by the way, that holy crap has Spain taken over Africa. That's new. History always turns out differently in Victoria, too. Yeah, this is Spain basically saying, oh, look, Britain and France keep fighting each other. I guess that means Africa's mine now. Although France still has most of Central Africa, and Britain has most of Southern Africa. We cannot colonize. Oh, in case you're wondering, why haven't we turned Borneo into a state? It's because we need a certain amount of colonial points. And we're not going to be getting those anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this national focus, and we will focus on something better for us. Do I focus on soldier pops? No, I want to make sure the AI, since I can't do much about this, I want to make sure the AI knows that Schlesien is to be another key area for our armory. And I want to make sure that the capitalists can really work on that for us. So let's build ourselves a brand new army. Let's provocatively station it here in Kreuznach. And what does the Prussian army of today look like? So, we can have 20 units in each row. Let's start with infantry. So, let's go for, as a start, 10 infantry. I'm going to focus entirely on hussars at this point. I want 4 of those. So that gives us 12, and then we'll take 4 engineers and a bunch of artillery. We're not going to have enough artillery for all this, by the way. But we're still building 20 more brigades. It's going to get us a much bigger army, and it'll be good for us. Leaflet campaign. I really don't want more liberals. I actually would like the idea of them losing consciousness. Got another election coming. I also want to really heavily invest in forts. We kind of fell behind on those. especially in border states. So let's start doing that. Let's start spending some of our surplus there. So we do have to fight another defensive war. We're in a little bit better shape. By the way, if you hold down control, it builds forts in every state in the province, which is really handy. Every province in the state. Sorry, I had that confused. You could probably also use some more in Saxony. This will also boost our supply limit as well, which is good. Militancy is still creeping up. Let's do some quick analysis. Why are people getting angrier and angrier? So this tells us why. Some people are starving because they're unemployed. But these are rather small. A lot of them are non-German. Here we go. Sigmaringen is under siege. Which, okay, so it is. Would Stuttgart consider giving us military access? They won't. I bet it's because of Austria. Yeah. So they're going to always be angry. There's not much I can do about that. All right. Everyone wants free trade. This is actually a dominating issue in all of Prussia, in all of the North German Federation. Which really sucks. I'd love to get the Conservatives or the Nationals in, but I think we will go ahead and just go super free trade. What else is driving militancy up? It might just be unemployment, and this is because of us mobilizing the population and sending them back. That will get better. I think after this election, even if it makes people angry, we might have to go back to interventionism just to keep factories open. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of them closed. That's a big reason why people hate us. Good. A boost to attack would be lovely. I am going to push for pro-military. We can make Baden like us more, which is fun. Really do need to find a way to expand our sphere. Can we get Scandinavia? They're not a great power anymore. That'd be a pretty cool country to have in our sphere. You know what? Let's try it. I doubt there'll be a secondary power for very long. Spain is afraid of Russia. Everyone's afraid of Russia. Our defense systems got better. Good. Tax efficiency. Nice. Army's maxed out. We could start trying to increase... We've really fallen behind on our culture tax. Let's take analytic philosophy just for a boost in research points. We're going to start cutting taxes, too. That'll make people less angry. Pro-military again. Bavaria. Look else everywhere, though. We're actually going to go just to get them to neutral. Here's our elections. The Liberal Dems are back in again. They're only winning by 48.6% of the vote. Okay, now is a great time to talk about the way the ideologies work in coalitions now that we have proportional representation. I should have probably done this earlier, but I forgot, so we'll do it now. The game is hard-coded to have certain parties coalition with other parties, and it's based on militancy. Reactionaries and conservatives will always form a coalition. Liberals and anarcho-liberals will always form a coalition, as well as socialists. So we do some math here. We've got a bunch of liberal parties. We have 1, 2, 3. So these are all national parties. The Liberal Dems, the National Liberals, and the Freisinge. And the socialists may also choose to be in a coalition with them. There's different weights, but basically you should expect if they're on the left side of the spectrum, they tend to stick together. Right side tends to stick together. And we actually started communism, which is fun. Oh, the Communist Party is very tiny, so are the anarcho-liberals. So basically this means that someone is staying out. with a significant portion, and it's probably going to be the communists. And I wonder if the socialists are even coalitioning with the liberals at this point. So based on the upper house, 34% are liberal, 21% are socialist. Yeah, communists almost never form a coalition, and reactionaries rarely form a coalition. But they will. Fascists never do. Fascists and communists don't form coalitions very often. And you can look into the game files and get a better idea of who's going to coalition with what. We just have so many liberal parties right now that instead of them splitting the vote, they just group together and form a coalition. This is going to make a lot of people angry in the short term. I'm going to change someone that at least gives me interventionism. Yes, the conservatives. We'll take the Christian Socialist Workers' Party. Notice militancy popped up. I don't care. We need to support our industries right now. A lot of places went bankrupt. Do we have a fuel refiner? I think I just saw. Yeah, there's a fuel refiner here. We don't have oil, so I don't know what that's about. Open all the factories and subsidize them all. Because we need to get people to work. That's a lot of the reason why people are angry right now is they don't have jobs. Go ahead and expand in Silesia. Yeah, Silesia should be a massive civilization. War exhaustion is also severely crippling our throughput, and that'll get better. Yeah, we're going to start investing heavily in industry. I think that's a very good choice for us. We can't build new factories, but I'll settle right now for just... We could do. How much would that cost? So if you hold shift and click, it'll expand everything that's near capacity, which I think makes a lot of sense right now. There we go. Let's put people to work. There was another mini uprising in Berlin. Baden banned us, as expected. Montenegro wants an alliance, sure. We're mostly going to be getting tiny... Ooh, the SR party is formed in Russia. Another Jacobin rebellion. Hooray! It's rebel spam. The reason that many people give up on Victoria too. Oh god, these are getting huge. Yeah, I kind of pissed people off. I'm not surprised. I kind of pissed everyone off when I said, I'm changing your party, I don't care what you voted for. Revolutions, when they happen, are really interesting, but it's really hard to get them to happen in a player nation just because players are generally too smart. And it's very rare that rebels will win a battle outright. Let's just clear out the easy pockets of rebels, and then we will unite to crush them all. And the thing is, this will keep spawning, and there's nothing I can do about it because of the existing rebels in Sigmaringen, which I can't even reach. Egypt is scared of Ethiopia. Well, given that you guys have been to war like 100,000 times, that's probably fair. Yeah, we're gonna win this one too, but the problem is we can't quite get rid of these stupid jerk faces because of Sigmaringen, which we can't take back over because we can't even reach it. And the worst part is we don't get prestige for any of this. We just get not to be wiped out by jerk faces. Yeah, this is why we desperately need Victoria 3. Certain parts of the game are not very fun. This happens to be one of them. Rebel Whack-A-Mole. And there was peace once again in the North German Federation. Except now there's 60,000 people there, and I still can't do anything about it. Would Baden let me in? Baden and I are kind of tight. Nope, because they've got another person in their sphere. As our infamy falls, it'll be easier to make diplomatic deals. But yeah, thanks to that, so if we take a look at our politics and we look at our movements, yeah, the Jacobins basically are just going to keep spawning more and more rebels until I can finally put it away for good. Which I can't do because of Sigmaringen. Sure, I can't afford to lose prestige right now. Prestige is what's keeping us on the Great Power map. Okay. Did you notice we now have the 5th largest military after just building a few more units? We're now bigger than Austria and bigger than France. 2 Sicilies is a great power now? Damn. This is just weird. How the back end is... China must still not be westernized yet. Also, by the way, this will never disband. And see, I can't attack them because I can't enter. There's no way France and... Would France give me military access? I guarantee you the answer is no. Because they hate our guts. If I spend a lot of time, I'm going to spend some... I want to do this anyway. I'd kind of like either France or Russia to be on my side for the next war. Because there probably will be another one, let's face it. Let's improve our sphere, please and thank you. Scandinavia, become cordial, and then I think there was Bavaria, right? Yeah. Bavaria, cordial. France is fighting Kalat, which I believe is Afghanistan. No, Kalat isn't Afghanistan. That would be stupid. Why would France be in Afghanistan? Where the hell? Kalat is an Indian minor. Sorry. I will make sure, though, because now I've told you the wrong thing like 7 or 8 different times. Yep, there it is. Oh, there's the French piece of India. Actually, Kalat makes a lot of sense. I think we need to do a bit more expanding. Which means expanding our influence, which means... You can't carry very much weight. We're going to build a bunch of transports. Steamer transports. I can only build 7. That's fine. I could literally only build 5. That's kind of horseshit. Oh no, they're each worth 2, aren't they? I need more naval bases. Yeah. Because basically I want to try to get into the Middle East so that I can get oil. I think it's time we start researching the Navy. We're just going to tear through the base level tax as quickly as we can. So I can start expanding our fleet. Suffragists. I would like very much things to be more conservative right now. We need to get militancy under control. Okay, militancy is actually going to tick down on its own. This is a good sign. France won that. I can't say I'm surprised. A revolution in Cuba? Yes, let us have a Museum of Natural History. Cuban reactionaries. Ooh. Luxembourg wants an alliance? Sure. An upgrade to naval doctrine. I do want to start getting the better ships too, but for now, I want us to get I want us to get better naval bases. So let's click on the naval base mode, which is the anchor. Expand. Expand. This is a bit expensive, but we have to do it. A naval base will also expand our colonial power. And then just so that we have more naval base strength, I'm also going to expand up here. I'm going to have you build more forts down there, too. Now we get Prussian nationalists showing up. I might use console commands at this point to get rid of Sigmaringen. Sure, feed the local poor, make them less angry about stuff. Tensions in Scandinavia. We can gain an infamy for more influence, or we could. I'm gonna gain more influence. I would very much like Scandinavia to be my best friend. Sure, we'll take a casus belli on Korea. We can't do anything about it, but sure. How big is our fleet over here? Can it... Okay, so this is... Where's the weight? It should be on here. If I just move you next to the fleet, it'll tell me. I can put the whole thing on here. I really don't want to get left out of the Middle East rush. I'd like to grab either Oman or Abu Dhabi. Maybe both. I can't really do both, though. Or Yemen. I don't want to get in a long, protracted war, so I think we're going to take the easy route and grab Abu Dhabi. Justify war, establish protectorate. Maximum of 10 infamy. Alright. Britain, I should already have military access to you, but I'm gonna... Yeah, I do have it. Good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our troops from Borneo, and we're gonna send them over to Abu Dhabi. Sorry, we're gonna send them here to Kolhapur, and that's where they'll base out of. We should easily win this war. This should not be... Oh boy, Austria and France are buddies. Well, I kind of knew that was happening. Ooh! So, Italy has just formed. Yeah, this is a rebel group, and it's one of the unique rebel groups. There's also one that can help you form Germany, too. Yeah, we basically have Italy now, but it's a very weak Italy. Because Two Sicilies is a... Oh, they're in France's sphere? What? Alright. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Wow, the U.S. loves us. Can I get you on side? Too many great power. I'm going to crank up our relations with them. The U.S. could be a really good power to have in our pockets if Europe gets dicey again. Damn it, quit slowing down our CB generation. Alright, let's start focusing on better ships now. Plus, steel steamers will let us build a canal, and that'll be really good. Hey, look, the Jacobins are back, because they're going to keep coming back, because I can't stop the one freaking group. So, sorry, we haven't actually been detected yet. There it goes. We did it for free. Awesome. So, dive in here, move up to the coast of Abu Dhabi. And then we go, oh hi Abu Dhabi, prepare to die. We're also at war with Oman, which makes absolutely no difference to how things will turn out. It just doesn't. I mean, we're gonna easily raffle stomp them. German pan-nationalists. Please stop them. If they were in, why would you not attack them? You gotta do it, bro. Sure. AI really wants us to fight Korea for some reason. And there we go. German pan-nationalists being on not my territory is actually good. Being on my territory is bad. We just took Abu Dhabi. We're getting a Tahiti crisis? What the hell is that about? Oh, this is over the rights of colony between the British and the U.S.? A, I'm in a war, so I don't have to back this. And B, yeah, I am not going to mess with that for even 1/10 of 1 second. Italy ate the 2 Sicilies? Damn, we're getting a pretty strong Italy. I think it's because they're buddies with France. Afghanistan went to war with Kokand. Alright, we still need to take Doha, which is unfortunately for us, also part of Abu Dhabi. I could put Scandinavia in my sphere. That would be pretty sweet. Boop. Now we can build the Kiel Canal, which we will totally do. And we're going to go for steel steamers. Because if we can unlock cruisers and battleships, it'll give us a real edge in naval combat to proceed. Naval combat in the future. Japan is now a great power? They sure are. Austria is joining on the side of the U.S. We just unlocked monitors. Oh, the U.S. won the crisis. Good for them. I will try to improve relations with Austria right now. God damn it, Jacobins. Yeah, they're just going to keep rising over and over again until we can somehow get access and finally wipe them out. Italy has no reason not to be friends with me, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is the problem. As long as this group continues to have power, they're just going to keep getting more and more people. And there's nothing I can do to stop that right now. Which is super frustrating. But there's literally nothing I can do about it. Because I can't get into Sigmaringen. What is with you? Why will you not attack? There we go. Bahrain. Abu Dhabi is now defeated. Now, we will actually leave this here because this is eventually my plan. I would very, very much like to, I could make this into a German state. It would be super cheap, too. No, wait, actually, here, stop. Because my goal is actually to use this as a way to move into more of the Middle East. This is going to be like a new staging post for us. Good. Attack on the workhouse. We can make everyone more liberal. I'd rather make them liberal than make them angry. Yeah, if we can take Oman and maybe even Nejd, just like eat up as much of the Arabian Peninsula as possible, it'll be good for our power projection. How many new brigades? We can build ironclads now. So ironclads are a middle of the road battleship. We don't actually have ports that can build them yet, but we could. Switzerland is scared of France. Alright, come on, Baden. We're like best buds now. You gotta throw me a freaking bone and let me have military access. Why? I know why. It's because they're in another sphere, but... And yeah, well, I'm just gonna keep getting banned in Baden. Oh, Austria took it over. Okay, interesting. Moralist resurgence. I would like more people to be moralist. To help us keep the people we want to keep. Can we build up our army anymore? Only about 6 brigades. Which isn't really enough. I could actually build more artillery, though. For... Where's the Kreuznach army? What happened to that new big army I just built? Huh. I actually do want to supplement you with some more cavalry. So let's do that. Let's quickly turn off Kreuznach as a merge point. Let's turn on Stettin. I want 2 cavalry. How many brigades of engineers do I need? Yeah, we'll say 4 cavalry and 2 engineers. Or hussars, rather, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That'll strengthen that army a bit. I don't want to close down the bars. Just have destitution and poverty. Yes, this is why we did it. This is why we did it. We got what we wanted, which was oil. And we can now build this, which gives us a pretty extreme boost to shipbuilding in Kiel. Done. Alright. Before we start a massive building program, we do obviously need better naval bases, but I also want to start working on these that will reduce the cost of building more stuff. We're scared of Russia. I think that's a fair thing to be scared of. But I will start to try to buy some more influence with them. Why are factory workers still unemployed? It might just be that we just need more... Yeah, let's go ahead and invest a bunch. Yeah, let's invest a bunch of cash in expanding factories just to make sure people have places to work. This is why I waited. We have battleships now. We could build them, excuse me. Let's keep cranking that stuff out. And we do need to keep expanding our naval bases. That's another big part of us eventually getting a better navy. We'll never be able to compete with the British. Ooh, we're the number 3 great power now. Dig deep and greedily, always dig deep and always dig greedily. I'm still at war with Oman. I totally forgot. Do we want to just grab Oman? There's like no reason not to, right? Yeah, let's just add a war goal. We'll have to pay the full cost for... we need to actually start winning the war, which we will, like, almost immediately. We're going to have some more elections. The Dutch are angry at us. Okay. I don't know why. We used to be bros. Alright. Now the war is going to be going well enough. Let's just establish a protectorate. I really got to pay the full 22 infamy? What? I'll just demand a, Wait, Zanzibar? Oh, that's right. Oman's got that weird thing where they've got, like, big parts of Africa. I could just force him to join my sphere. I create Zanzibar. That would be pretty big. I could nuke their prestige. It's not worth it. I could add them to my sphere. But I mean, I think we'll just offer a white peace. There's no reason to keep fighting if I can't take territory from them. Yeah, you can't eat Oman as a protectorate because reasons. When our infamy is a bit low, we might expand more in the Middle East. I want interventionism. It's not going to matter, though. Brunei, yes. Battle of Dresden. I still can't beat the freaking Jacobins. Come on, Bavaria. Be my bro. Let me in. But they won't accept. We're just negative enough. Maybe we'll just burn off the infamy and see if that's enough. Because as soon as we can crush... yeah, 33k is fine. Boost to our Navy's max speed. Scandinavian Sokoto, okay. Alright. One more level of tech, I think. And then I think we'll start looking into more industrial tax. Yes, a lot more protectionist, please. It won't matter. We're going to lose the election, and they're going to bring in more liberals. So let me explain to you why. This is because the dominant issues for people... Okay, protectionism's a really big deal now, which might help a lot, actually. This might actually help the conservatives win. Oh, the voters are slightly more conservative than they are, slightly more liberal than they are conservative. We might need to expand the franchise. But I dearly hope the conservatives win this time. Once we start killing... No. Oh! Yes, the ruling party bump. They got an actual popular mandate. Yeah, 15%. Center party's going to vote with them. The other conservative party would. Like the National Party. Okay. Conservatives and reactionaries voted together. Good. Screw you, Nejd. You're on my list, mate. Egypt fights Ethiopia, as you do. We can now build cruisers. Spain. Okay. So, this is why I'm excited about Spain. Now I can start trying to put influence into them. If we could sphere Spain, it would be a big boost against France in the future. I actually do want some report for unemployment. Spain wants an alliance. Spain's got an alliance. Yeah, we're still not spending anything on social spending. That'll start to change once we unlock unemployment. That'll also keep us from, you know, situations like this. But, you know. Okay, good. Notice this number is spiked. We're going to keep doing that. We want all the naval bases. By the way, that event we unlocked used to actually give Kiel a level 6 naval base. I don't think it does anymore, though. Which is a real shame. It used to be an instant way to get, like, a respectable port. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not too fussed. Get some naval bases working. Yes, please. More of forts. You're already a level 4 fort. You can be a level 4 fort. Strangely, I don't trust people anymore. Netherlands is beating up Ethiopia. The USA and Korea. Romania's bankrupt. Now we've got a communist rebellion. Notice that these armies are really, really tiny. Except in the east. We'll still win this rebellion pretty handily, though. We need to get rid of Sigmaringen. That's a real pain in my ass right now. All because I didn't take Baden. But, you know, it's whatever, bro. I'm trying to expand my damn navy to make it worthwhile, and you're not helping. There we go. No communism in Germany. Will you let me in now, Baden? No. Baden will not let me in. Württemberg? Come on, just for old time's sake, bro. Man, you suck. I have to literally like go to war with like one of Austria's Spherlings just so I can eventually beat those damn rebels. Another navy tech. Alright, we're gonna start going hardcore on influence. Oh, but we could get more research points. Do it. We'll see, unlocked in 1880. Okay. Well, Luxembourg doesn't want to alliance with us anymore. Well, screw you, Luxembourg. I didn't like you anyway. I don't think we can build cruisers yet, can we? No, we need, level 4 naval ports for cruisers? Okay. I'll have to keep working on our navy infrastructure then to really take advantage of these new tax. Feed the poor. Yeah, so basically this means that every single time that there's enough brigade, once this hits 100% again, they're just going to expand again. We could just intentionally lose, I guess, and just see how that changes things, just to make the game more interesting. But Jacobins winning isn't great, but it'd be different. Oh, Spain. Yes, Spain, please like me. Be my friend. Battleships and dreadnoughts are even better now. Can't build any of them yet, but after we finish with this next tech, we'll keep focusing on naval bases. I can't really build any more brigades right now. Do we need to increase the army budget? We might just actually need to start getting national focuses to create more soldiers. Italy likes me a lot more. I would love to have Italy on side. Oh, Italy's a great power now. Yeah. Let's increase relations. Let's get ourselves set up. Yeah, so here's Japan, here's Italy, there's Austria. I just saw a pretty big rebellion in Russia, I thought. Maybe not. Damn Jacobins. I don't really want more liberals in the upper house, but I also don't want poor people to get militancy, so sure. Portugal is afraid with the Commonwealth of the Northern Cape? Okay. We're actually going to push towards universal suffrage, and there's a very good reason for this. Our people are actually quite conservative. Well, we could start pushing to non-secret ballots. No, we're going to go for weighted universal. I wonder if Switzerland would give me... would Switzerland give me military access? The answer is probably no. Even working on relations with them wouldn't help a lot. Oh, Britain gets an advantage for steering Spain because of Gibraltar. That's right. All right, we need better naval bases. We're going to take advantage of our cruisers, so we do need to go ahead and research this. Ah, stupid UK. Jerks. Bavaria wants military access. Why? France is fighting Austria. If this alliance is over... Oh my god, there may never be a better time to dogpile on Austria. Why can't I get the hegemony goal? Oh, it's Baden and Württemberg. Okay. Why can I not declare hegemony on Austria? Because there should be there's normally a war goal, right? Where you can justify it's called because Austria used it on me, unless you can only ever use that one once. Taking a piece of Austria would be kind of sexy, but I think we're just going to wait. Because this war might actually be over with very quickly. Sure, military access for everyone. And Austria won already. France won already. That's not hugely surprising. And the thing is, they can just do it again, and they can jump on Venice too. Does Austria have a great power ally? It really doesn't right now. I just don't think we have much of a chance to win. We have a chance to win, excuse me. But we can't get the goal I really want. Reactionaries in Greece. Healthcare is actually another one of those things that's really good in the game. Because it increases population growth. So I'm actually going to go ahead and force it through. It'll make people angry. But it's so worth it. Aww, we could have done some things there. Austria, you dickholes. Ooh, China's getting feisty. Add to sphere. Prussia broke their line, so I forgot we even had one. Oh, Japan intervened in that. Now we're down to neutral. Stupid UK. Alright. We need to start getting more national focuses, I think. Or we start trying to get down the path toward radio. Or industry. You know, industry's pretty tasty. Yeah, we want cars and airplanes. Those will be really productive things if we can pull them off. Cordial. Ooh, Russia fighting China? This would be a good time to stab France in the back. This would be a really good time. We could take Alsace-Lorraine. Is anyone in France's sphere that we actually care about? I don't think there is. No. But we do have... France is actually the #1 great power? What? But their army is so tiny, and they're fighting China. And... oh, we'd still have to fight Russia, though, wouldn't we? I can't fight France and Russia. I gotta hope that Russia gets its butt kicked. USA expanded again? Oh, Canada became a dominion. Oh, and Canada got the purchase. Yeah, Australia's now a dominion. New Zealand is a dominion. So, the way dominions work, these are satellites of the UK, but they're also... they still have the same level of... they can get independence much later on in the game. Like, a lot later on. But it does take quite a while for that to happen. That's cool. I mean, it's not so cool for them, but what do I care? It basically means you also get less stuff from them. Which is probably a big part of the reason why France just leaped them into first place. I wouldn't mind taking Nejd at this point, actually. I was actually meant to clear naval bases, not forts. Oh well. Portugal has a revolution. Fine. A colonial incident. I don't want to place in this. I don't want to place in the sun on Spain. Slim picketing will boost consciousness rather than militancy. Stupid Bavaria. I can't believe you let that war go on that long, Britain. You really kind of screwed me over. Damn, Russia might win this war. Looks like they're beating the snot out of China. Look at those brigades disappear. God damn it, Austria. Quit messing with me. I want to see Austria kicked out of the Great Powers. That's my new goal in life. A humiliate casus belli would be a good start. No, basically, when China becomes a great power, we'll have a real good shot at pulling that off. You're 12 points off. Yeah, we need Austria to not be a great power anymore. How are they actually ranked in score? They're ranked 7th. East Macedonia. Greece wants help. Why would Italy support the Ottoman Empire? I want to see if Austria gets involved. Actually, ooh, Russia just won that. We got a new attack. Okay, Austria has decided to back somebody. Yeah, I'm definitely interested, and I'm immediately going to back Italy. I want to dick over Austria as quickly as possible. I think everyone's going to support Italy, which is what's hilarious. Russia is less eager. Because we want to cripple their prestige, right? And this is a good way to do that. Australia is communist, which actually should make them independent. Wait, what? How is it both British? Yeah, this is just Australia. I don't know why it still says British Australia, because it's not a satellite anymore. That's a drawing error. What is the biggest movement for? Universal suffrage. Let's do it. People can vote as much as they want to. It all falls into my plan because my people are really conservative. We are zipping along here. I didn't pick a new tech yet. Whoopsie. Advanced metallurgy sounds lovely. Let's go for more railroad, though. Because railroad's a big contributor to industrial score. And Austria just got kicked in the teeth. They lost a fair bit of prestige, but it's still not enough. Prussia goes bankrupt. Who cares? Like, humiliating Austria would probably kick them out of the Great Powers, which would solve many of my problems. We could make Spain like us more. That's nice, I guess. Okay, let's take a look at the nations of the world by rank. Until China westernizes, there won't be a seismic shift. Let's keep pumping up Italy. I want Italy to really like us. Steel Railroad, lovely. Electricity is a huge boost, and it unlocks things like electric gear and telephone. So it's another tack that's like a killer tack. You want to grab it when you can. Alright, if they haven't already, and they very well might, let's start building all the railroads. Just all of them. There won't be a single railroad that goes unbuilt. Oh, I guess I can't build railroads in countries I don't own. I guess that's fair. Oh, I see. These are places we could invest in. Sure. This is the first time in a long time I've been able to do anything with Baden. Yeah, let's make the poor and rich happy. Let's push jingoism. That'll help keep the conservatives in power. Greek communism. Saloon picketed. Let's close the saloon. Netherlands and Oman. God damn it, Austria. How do you have so much political power? I think it's because they're probably investing and we're not, which, you know, fair play to them. As that election concludes and the year 1890 begins, we have ourselves a mandate for the party. I know this episode was a little bit quiet, but frankly, we needed one. Oh dang, Bavaria's fighting Scandinavia? Why did Scandinavia not call me to war? Well, this war is a great big mess. I can't intervene in the war, and I wouldn't want to intervene to help Austria anyway. Interesting. The thing is, the Austrians might win, and I don't want them to. I want other nations to get super powerful. Where would China rank if they were, Yeah, their problem is they're crippled in industry and in, whatchamajigger. China's gotta be at least partially westernized at this point, right? Yeah, they're partially westernized. I don't know what to do at this point. We need to cripple Austria, and I'm not sure how to pull that off until there's Great Wars. Then I know how we can do it. We just build a nice coalition, like maybe get Russia, Britain, France, and Russia, or Britain, Germany, and Russia against Austria. Even if France joins Austria, we're going to win that. And if we can cripple Austria, I can finally form Germany. Because we're already overdue. Germany was technically formed in 1871. And it's been 18 years after that. Crippling Austria is just part of it, of course. We also need to take Alsace-Lorraine from France. But that'll have to be in a new episode. So we've only got 46 more years of game time left. The game ends in 1936. And I'm not sure how this is going to turn out for us. We're number 3 with a bullet, but are we the most industrialized nation? We got to be pretty close. Germany is 4th. Behind the US, France, and Britain. We might overtake the US. I don't see us ever overtaking France or Britain unless something horrible happens to them. In army rank, military rank, we are 4th behind China. We're ahead of France, but not by enough, in my opinion. In prestige, I bet we're 2nd or 3rd. Yep. We earned a lot of prestige in that war because we kept winning battles. We'll have to see what happens, though. There are reasons to be excited about the potential of what might happen. But a lot of it has to do with Austria continuing to being kicked to the curb. Because if Austria loses its great power status, their sphere becomes opened. I'm in a fantastic position to grab my other countries then. There's always a chance France could meddle with me in some areas. We really need to give France a kick in the teeth too, but that'll take a lot longer. Before we end this episode, let's go ahead and build some cruisers, which we should be... Oh, we still don't have level 4 naval bases yet. Damn it. Are we working on them? No. Well, let's actually make that the last thing we do. Because we need level 4 naval bases to build cruisers. And I'd like to start building a navy that's... It doesn't have to be brilliant, but it does have to be respectable. And I bet if I do a search for navies of the world, we're like dead last or close to it. If we take a quick look at the leisure... Paging through, paging through... One of these will actually have, like, you can compare number of brigades and number of ships. What the? Did they shrink the size? Oh, here it is. Yeah, ships. We have 38 ships. We are sandwiched between Mexico and the Netherlands. Yeah, look how weak the British Navy is. This is not a good sign for them. This is not a good sign at all. France has 171 brigades, but they're also mobilized. Or they have been. Yeah, I don't know. If Austria wins this, that's actually bad for us. I think we're going to have to do our own dirty work. But that'll be for another episode. So hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe and comment down below. Next time, we're going to keep building up. We're going to build up for an eventual confrontation with Austria where we finally show them who's the boss. Spoiler alert, it's not Tony Danza. But until then, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.